For the first time in a decade, the Formula One grid has expanded to 22 cars, and a new world champion is defending the title against Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari. It is January 5th, 2026, and the silence of the winter break is about to shatter. We are standing on the edge of the biggest reset in the history of the sport. The 2026 season is not just another year of racing, because everything you knew about Formula One has changed overnight. The cars are smaller and lighter. The engines now split their power 55 between fuel and electricity. But the biggest headline is the one nobody saw coming until the final signatures dried. Lando Norris enters this season as the reigning world champion after ending the Red Bull dominance in 2025 by just 2 points. The paddock is scrambling to finish their new machines before preseason testing begins, and the rumors flying out of the factories are wild. We have 11 teams on the grid for the first time since 2016. General Motors has forced its way in with Cadillac. Audi has officially taken the keys at Sauber, and Lewis Hamilton has finally put on the red race suit at Ferrari. The stakes have never been higher, and the first car launches are only days away. The most visible change hits you immediately when you look at the entry list, because there are now 22 cars lining up for the lights. Cadillac has officially joined the sport as the 11th team, which marks the first grid expansion we have seen in 10 years. They secured their spot after a long political battle, and they are not arriving quietly. The American giant has signed 2 Grand Prix winners to lead their debut campaign. Sergio Perez has found a new home after his Red Bull exit, and he pairs up with Valtteri Bottas. The team will run Ferrari engines for their first few seasons, while General Motors develops its own in-house power unit for 2028. Seeing the Cadillac V-Series logo on an F1 car is surreal for many fans, but the pressure is massive. New teams usually struggle to qualify within the 107% rule, yet Cadillac insists they are here to compete for points immediately. They have set up a temporary base at Silverstone, and the first chassis is reportedly ready for the crash tests this week. The cars themselves look and behave completely differently from what we watched last year. The FIA mandated a 30-kilogram weight reduction to make the machines more agile. They chopped 20 centimeters off the wheelbase and narrowed the width by 10 centimeters. But the real transformation is hidden in the aerodynamics. The old DRS system is gone. In its place, we now have active aerodynamics that change the shape of the car on every single lap. Drivers will use Z mode in the corners for maximum grip, and then switch to X mode on the straights to slash drag. And the overtaking aid is now called manual override mode. This system allows a chasing driver to deploy 350 kilowatts of electrical power to blast past a rival. It functions like a video game boost button. The drivers have to manage this energy carefully, because the battery now provides nearly half of the total horsepower. If you run out of juice at the wrong moment, you are a sitting duck. Germany has officially joined the grid as a full works manufacturer. Audi completed its takeover of Sauber, and the famous 4 rings will be on the grid in Melbourne. They are launching their challenger, the R26, at a massive event in Berlin on January 20th. The team has gone for a mix of youth and experience in the cockpit. Nico Hülkenberg leads the development with his veteran knowledge. Beside him sits Gabriel Bortoleto, the young Brazilian who stormed to the Formula 2 title and earned his promotion. Mattia Binotto is pulling the strings from the top, and Jonathan Wheatley has left Red Bull to run the team on the ground. The livery is expected to be a striking combination of silver, carbon black, and the signature Audi red. They have also partnered with Revolut for a digital approach that integrates fan apps directly with the team operations. Expectations are tempered for year 1, but Audi has never entered a motorsport category to finish second. If you are excited to see these new cars on track, subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss our coverage of the launch season. Attention now turns to the trouble brewing at Red Bull. Max Verstappen starts this season with the number 3 on his car instead of the number 1, and there is genuine concern that he might not get it back quickly. Red Bull has severed its ties with Honda to build its own engines in partnership with Ford. This is a colossal risk. Reports from the Milton Keynes factory suggest the project has faced teething issues. Ford Performance Director Mark Rushbrook admitted there is some nervousness ahead of the first real on-track tests. The American giant had to step in and help with the internal combustion engine development, which was not part of the original plan. If the Red Bull Ford powertrain lacks reliability or horsepower, Verstappen could be in for a long year. He also has a new teammate to contend with. The team promoted Isaac Hadjar from the junior squad, replacing Perez. The young Frenchman has speed, but going up against a wounded Verstappen who just lost his title is the toughest job in racing. The sight of Lewis Hamilton in red overalls is still breaking the internet every time a photo leaks. The seven-time champion has joined Charles Leclerc to form what is arguably the strongest driver lineup in Ferrari history. Hamilton is chasing that elusive 8th title, and he bet his career that Ferrari would master these 2026 regulations better than Mercedes. The atmosphere in Maranello is electric. Frederic Vasseur has spent 3 years building this team for this exact moment. The new Ferrari engine is rumored to be a monster, but the rivalry between Hamilton and Leclerc will be the story of the season. Leclerc has been the chosen one at Ferrari for years. Now he has the most successful driver of all time sitting in the other garage. Neither of them will accept the role of number 2 driver. If the car is fast enough to win, the fireworks between these two could implode the whole team. Lando Norris has a target painted on his back. After his dramatic title win in 2025, McLaren enters the new era as the team to beat. They are the only top team that kept their driver lineup completely stable. Oscar Piastri returns alongside Norris, and the Australian proved last year that he is championship material himself. McLaren's advantage is stability. While Red Bull is learning to be an engine manufacturer and Ferrari is integrating Hamilton, McLaren just has to refine their operations. Andrea Stella has turned that team into a winning machine. The Woking factory is buzzing with confidence. History shows that heavy regulation changes often shuffle the pack. Winning the last era does not guarantee you will win the new one. Norris has to prove that his championship was not a one-off. He needs to lead the team through the technical transition and hold off a grid that is hungrier than ever. Fernando Alonso signed a contract extension for one reason: Adrian Newey. The design genius who created the dominant Red Bull cars is now the team principal at Aston Martin. He started working there in March of 2025, which means this 2026 car is the first one that bears his influence. But the connections go deeper. Aston Martin has reunited with Honda, the engine supplier that powered Red Bull's recent dynasty. It is a powerful combination on paper. You have the investment of Lawrence Stroll, the genius of Newey, the power of Honda, and the relentless drive of Alonso. The team has moved into their new wind tunnel at Silverstone, and they are out of excuses. If Newey has found a loophole in the new active Aero regulations, the green cars could leave everyone else in the dust. Alonso is 44 years old, and he knows this is his final shot at a third world title. The calendar has thrown a massive challenge at the teams with the addition of the Madrid Grand Prix. We are racing in the Spanish capital on September 13, and the track layout is aggressive. It is a street circuit built around the IFEMA Exhibition Center, featuring a steep banked corner that they are calling the Monumental. The track has 22 turns and 2 tunnels. It combines the high speed of Jeddah with the technical sectors of Miami. This race replaces the traditional Barcelona stop for now, which has upset the purists. But the event promises to be unmatched. The venue is designed to handle 110,000 fans per day. For Carlos Sainz, who is now leading the Williams team, and Fernando Alonso, this is a massive home event. The circuit is brand new, which means no team has real data. When they arrive in September, the simulator work will be the only thing separating the winners from the wall. This season represents a complete reset of the competitive order. The new engine regulations mean that reliability will likely decide the championship. With the electrical power tripling, we are going to see drivers running out of energy at the end of long straights, creating a chaotic style of racing we have not seen before. The active aerodynamics add another layer of difficulty. If a system fails and a wing gets stuck in the wrong mode, it is an immediate retirement. We also have to consider the rookie talent. Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes and Arvid Lindblad at Racing Bulls are teenagers stepping into extremely complex machines. The gap between the front and the back of the grid could be massive in the opening rounds, or it could be virtually non-existent. That is the nature of a new rule set. Nobody knows who got it right until the lights go out in Australia. We are looking at a season where a customer team could embarrass a manufacturer, and where the title fight might go down to the wire between 4 different teams. The engines fire up for pre-season testing in just a few weeks. Lewis wants the 8th, Max wants revenge, and Lando wants to build a legacy. The 2026 season is going to be unpredictable, and we are here for every second of it.